Welcome. In front of me is an iPhone 14 and today I'll show you how you can go through the setup process of this phone. So when you boot it up for the first time, you should be presented with this screen right over here. There we go. So anyway, from here, because we just swipe up, there we go. It gives me a message that my battery is low, but that doesn't really matter. It's not going to change anything throughout the setup process, so I'm just going to close it. From here, find your desired language. I'll be using English, so that's what I'm going to select, and then I can choose our desired region and country. Now, I don't think this adds any kind of variety throughout the setup process or anything, so I'm just going to stick with the first one that I selected right here. And don't care. Now here we have an option to quickly set up our device by bringing our either phone or iPad close to it, and this will allow us to just kind of automatically move everything over. And additionally, if you already use something like an eSIM, you can also do that as well if you have it on your other iPhone. So the reason I mentioned this is because the new iPhones 14 sold in US, as far as I know, they don't have any kind of SIM tray. Now the one that I have right here does, so I can just pop in a SIM card. But for everybody else who wants to use or needs to use an eSIM, you can just copy it from a other device that you already might use with an eSIM. Now anyway, from here I'm gonna select setup manually. I don't have another iPhone to utilize this with, and this will then bring me written and spoken language options. So this just kind of overviews the choices that we have made throughout the first couple steps of setup. So you can choose or change it in here, but considering they have already been selected by me, I'm gonna select continue. And here we have an annoying part where you need to just connect to some kind of a network. Now this is necessary for some stupid reason. The device is new, it's been reset, it's not locked or anything, but I still need to connect to either a network, or I can also do it by connecting it to a computer, but it still connects to network. I have no clue why it needs to go like this, but whatever. So I'm gonna sign in. Once that's done, meaning signed in, it's gonna then start looking for minutes to activate your phone. The phone was already active, so not sure what it's activating now. I'm pretty sure you cannot activate something twice, so go figure. But yeah, let's let our time be wasted right here for no freaking reason, and I'm gonna continue, I guess, once I actually can. Okay, so there we go. We have some data and privacy. You can select learn more to read exactly what the data and privacy is, and once you have done so, you can select continue, which will then allow us to set up some kind of protection to our phone. That prompts us to set up a Face ID, kind of a reason why we have this hideous notch right here. And you can do so. You can also set it up later if you don't want to use it, or just skip this part. And this will then also tell us to set up a passcode. Now by default it opts into a 6-digit PIN, but we can tap right here and also choose a 4-digit PIN or an actual password. And obviously if you don't want to use one at all, you can select it here, the option right here. So don't use passcode and don't use passcode. And this will just allow you to set up the device without having any kind of protection on it. Now, next step is apps and data. So here we can restore our backup. So this can be done through several different methods, either from an iCloud, PC or Mac, directly from another iPhone, which I assume also should support something like an iPad as well. Move data from Android, or don't move any data, so setting it up as it is without anything, which is what I will be selecting. Now on the next page we can now sign into our to our Apple ID, and majority of you will want to do this because signing in right here will give you access to things like Apple's App Store, and obviously you can then download any kind of applications from there. You also have a couple of different features that are associated with the account itself, like iCloud backups and stuff like that, but If you don't want to sign in for some reason, you can tap right here for forget password or don't have an Apple ID, and you will have the option right here to set up later in settings. And obviously you also have the options to create a new one. Here we have some terms and conditions, so you can read them if you want to. From there, select agree. Keep your iPhone up to date, not like we have a choice. Not sure why it's even coming up here. iMessage and FaceTime, so you can just set it up if you want to. I don't. Location services. Obviously, they're used by things like maps. If you want to use your phone as a GPS navigation, this might give you a better accuracy, but better battery life will probably be associated with don't or disable location services. So if you're planning to have just battery life, this might be a better option. And here is the portion with the SIM card, so you can, like I said, move over your SIM card using another iPhone by just bringing it closely or by scanning a QR code. Obviously, if you're planning to use this phone in US, you do need to select one of them, and otherwise you won't have a SIM connection whatsoever. Now I'm not gonna pop in anything, so I'm gonna set up later in settings, skip, and this will give me some more stuff like screen time statistics. I don't really care. iPhone analytics and share data on how you use the device with Apple. Again, don't share. Appearance, either light or dark, choose whichever one you prefer. And then display zoom, just how close or how big the icons and text is on the display. So we have the standard and zoomed. Obviously, standard will probably be best for everybody, while zoomed might be just good for visually impaired people. Now, I'll mention that the zoom right here isn't necessarily anything like significant. You can kind of see it right here. It shows you how it looks like, and it's just maybe like 30% bigger, so not a substantial increase. And we have some emergency SOS. iPhone is ready to help you in an emergency, so just select continue. That's the only thing we can do here. And now we can swipe up and have access to our home screen. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.